Okay, here we are with Interzoid's interactive data client at data.interzoid.com, where you can retrieve customized, self-defined external data with global coverage based on your needs. Generally, this is used for data enrichment to increase the ROI of your data assets. So you can bring in all sorts of external data to make everything you do with that data more effective and more useful, and therefore more valuable. Now, the way this works is you do need an API key, and so you need to go to www.interzoid.com and register, and you will get an API license key that you then put here. So that's how we track usage. And then you simply describe the desired generated data right here as a topic. It can be real simple, such as data about companies, or a little bit more complex, like I'm going to show you in just a second. And then what you're building here is essentially a custom data feed, a self-defined data feed that you can then generate an API with that you can integrate anywhere. And so over here on the left, I can add the various data fields that I want as part of my output, and they will appear as part of that API. And then I can save this configuration. Here I can do certain things like get an API key and so forth, but once this configuration is saved, I can even go into batch mode and run this configuration against an entire text file, for example, a CSV file of values, and create an entire results output file. Okay, so then once I do that, I can enter a lookup value, and that'll make more sense in a second. I can choose the AI model I want to use. We have several available that use different parts of our matching, searching, and AI organization that enables us to provide the structured data. You simply run it, and the results will be here. Now, to save some typing, in this specific case, we're going to be looking at something that makes more sense from a sales and marketing perspective. We're going to be looking at some potential buying signals or some characteristics a company might have that could indicate to you that they're ideal and the timing is ideal for a certain product or service. Now, in order to do that, again, to save you from watching me type, I'm going to load an existing configuration. And you can see I've got several of them that I've pre-created right here. And let's go to the buying signals monitor. Hit open. And you can see here this topic, again, I just loaded a saved configuration I've created. Signals of purchasing intent, organizational changes, and other activities that indicate a propensity to buy from a company. Okay, and so these are the fields that I've created, and I can move them up and down. I can add new ones. I can delete them. We're going to be looking to see if they had any recent funding round, any mergers and acquisitions activity, any leadership changes, which could be a signal of importance, office expansion plans. Maybe there's been a hiring surge, or we can see what events they're participating in. And in this particular case, we'll just use SpaceX as a simple example. Of course, you can put any company in the world. In some cases, you'll get better results than others. And you can play around with the field names, the topic, and even the different models to get exactly the results that you're looking for. And then all I need to do, now that I've got my field set up, my topic described, and my lookup value, I can run it to see what's going to happen. Click run, scroll down a little bit. Okay, and I get some text results here, and recent funding round. This is just in text, so we can look at the actual pretty view. This will make it a little easier to read. So there was a funding round on January 21st, so pretty recently. Series J round. They acquired Acoustis for $30.2 million. No recent leadership changes, office expansion plans, headquarters moved to Starbase, Texas, etc. And so we can just close this and see some of the values that we actually received. And then the important thing is here is this is the actual API that was used. So you can see where you enter your license key, the topic, the lookup value, and then of course this lookup value is one that you might want to enter. Different companies would go in as a variable here if you want to integrate this into your workflow to get some of these buying signals, for example, for every single company that comes through your website. You can try this right here, and then it becomes part of your workflow, and the individual fields here are just part of an array, which is an input to the API. And there, of course, you could run this whole thing in batch, as I mentioned before, as data set batch mode using our data enrichment product at enrichment.interzoid.com. Again, to try it out, you can put whatever fields that you want as output files. The way that you describe them will actually change some of the results that you get, and you can modify it. These are available. These various configurations that you can load are also available on our site to use as a starting point and to help you run some things. Maybe they're ready for you as is. And that's pretty much it. If you want to try it, you can go to www.interzoid.com, or if you have any questions, you can send us an email at support@interzoid.com, and let us know what kind of feedback you have. We appreciate it. Thank you.